what about, are there some stocks that are better to be looking at, like some industries that are better to look at in a bear market?
Well, if you're looking for resiliency, you look at like consumer staples, you look at, things that are the stuff that we use all the time, necessary stuff. Your Kimberly Clark is going to sell the toilet paper and the paper towels. Your food companies are going to sell your food. But I really like to look at it. The thing I teach my sons that are in their teens right now is, try to picture yourself when you're 30, and what do you think is still going to be around? What technologies you think are still going to be around? What are things that you feel like? Do you still think we'll be drinking Coca-Cola 30 years from now?
I imagine,
Well, then
yeah.
it's probably, I don't think there's any such thing as a safe haven. Everything can become obsolete. Millennials don't have much loyalty to anything. But you know what? Be optimistic in a bear market. Look, Robert and I very much align in our mission for, to elevate the well-being of humanity, the financial well-being. If we want to elevate them and help them with financial education. I look at things where I look at the market and I think if you got a 401k, you're freaking toast in a bear market. You're not a cash flow investor. You're a capital gain guy long-term. I look at, real estate investors that are over leveraged and uneducated. They're going to be underwater and get caught with their pants down when the tide goes out. I couldn't agree more. I do, however, believe this. I think people in general are going to consume things in 30 years and 40 years. I think you'll still need housing. So real estate is a great place to be. People got to have a place to live. No matter how bad things get, they got a place to live. And then second of all, they got a food to eat. So there's your stocks. They're going to have a computer and a phone and an internet service provider and, a credit card and all the things that we still use every day. If you're giving value, that's capitalism to me. If you're giving value to people instead of taking it, if you're a producer rather than a consumer, the sun comes out eventually for us. The pandemic is something we will talk about that happened someday, not something that's still happening. Someday, my kids will tell their kids, this is, boy, when I grew up, we were wearing these masks to school, and the doctors were saying, these guys said vax, these guys said don't vax, and all this was just, it's not going to be around in 10 years, 20 years. It's not going to be around. But you know what? Drinking Coca-Cola with an Oscar Mayer wiener and some Ore-Ida French fries dipped in your ketchup, that's going to be here. And I want to produce and give that to people as a producer, not a consumer. So the bear market is just an opportunity to become a producer at lower prices than before. Why do you think Warren Buffett has $150 billion sitting on the sideline if the dollar is losing value through inflation and printing? Well, he's doing it because he's going to convert that into stocks when the opportunity is deep enough for him to buy value.